Welcome to the Daily Dish with Leanne Ely. This is a show about you, your life, and the vibrancy you want. Join us for daily motivation, wise women's tips, and more as we collectively gather together and move the needle in our lives, heart, mind, body, and soul. Now, here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Oh, I was having a little dance. Welcome to FriYAY, says Flynn. Hi, Flynn. Deborah's here. Denise is here. Corliss, Angie, Nancy, Helen, and here we all are. Marguerite, Jane, Francesca. Hello. Are we going to have fun or what? Martha's in the house. The party heat just got turned up. Hey, Lynn, Jennifer, Jeanette. Let's do this. We've got some Q&A. And yes, I'm live. Remember I told you I was going to be recorded yesterday? Silly me. I had a whole lot going on, but I'm glad you're here. Look at Susan's here. Julie's here. Lucy and Butterfly. I'm so glad you're all here. Ready to have a good time. I've got a bunch of questions that I think are going to be super helpful for you. And all morning long, we have been working our little tails off, getting ready, putting the final touches on our workshop for tomorrow. I can't believe how fabulous this is. Denise, it just depends on how the migraine is. I'm so sorry that you're going through that. You know, a lot of times it's triggered by all kinds of different things, but hydration is high on the list. I would add electrolytes to that, dark room, meditative practice, and cool compresses, etc. But I am not an expert on migraines. I would also strongly advise a food sensitivity test, because oftentimes that's where the connection is. Gluten and dairy free, absolutely, 100%. 30-day trial, give that a try. Hi, Karen, you're here. You're welcome, Denise. I hope that helped. Jackie's here too as well. Alice, Lizzie. Hello, Julie's in the house. Susan, I think that's everybody. Margaret's here. Yes, she is. Yeah, and InflaCrusher. And this is Jenny saying this. She knows. She lives with them as well. So there are folks that just get them. But, you know, you want to find your root cause if possible. It's really hard. Stress and anxiety and tension and all kinds of things. That's why meditative practice is really important. Hi, Jocelyn. Hello. Glad you're here. So we've got some questions for you. But before we do that, let's get the quote of the week. Before you hold a grudge, hold a conversation. This is what grown-up, emotionally mature women do, right? Isn't that the truth? Be that woman. Don't be the other woman that doesn't do that. I mean, that's nonsense. We want to step up, level up, be the very best that we can possibly be. We can't do that when we're playing like a seventh grader, can we? Nope. Let's see. I know, you know what? Hereditary happens, but we can fight our epigenetics. We need to learn how to turn off and on the switches. And also we need to dig deep for what our particular thing is. I believe that there's a way to do that with everything. It takes some time. And I did this, you know, speaking of that, my son had eczema as a child, and I dug deep and kept going until we got to what the root cause was and what we had to do. And I don't even remember all the things that we had to do with it, but it was a lot, and we got there. So, you know, I don't ever feel like we ever have to put up with something just because we've been handed it. And hereditary does play into things, but it is not necessarily a given. All right. Let's see here. Susan's in the house, I see. Hello, Susan. Helen. Who else is here? I saw some more. Oh, I'm missing you. If I missed you, if I didn't say hello, you know I meant to say hello, and it flew by. it absolutely flew by. Our supplement of the week is getting a lot of traction because Leptofix, what can I say? If you've been on any kind of a fat loss, especially any kind of a fat loss plan, because really the goal isn't to lose weight. The goal is to lose fat, right? Amen. There's a bunch of weight on there that we want to keep, like our bones and our muscle and all of that. Our organs weigh something, you know, you get where I'm going, bones, all of that. Hi, Kimberline. And so therefore, because that's what what is up, in our fat, that's where our leptin lives. This is a crucial hunger hormone. This, speaking of switches, it turns off and turns off your appetite, and turns off and turns off cravings, turns on and turns off your ability to control yourself. You know, control is a really good thing when it comes to pantries full of stuff that maybe we wish that they weren't there. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. Anyway, leptin, as we start to lose weight, you might be right now in the middle of your sprint. And by the way, isn't it fun? I'm really enjoying this sprint. I can feel, I noticed today my face, the swelling in my face has gone down. I feel like it's just going, all that, just from eating all the weird stuff that you don't normally eat. Not that I went overboard. It was just a lot of stuff. Pierogies is something that I don't eat on a regular basis, or scalloped potatoes and all of that. And I'm just so glad to be back in the saddle again with the, my food at my house, and just feeling better. And it just makes such a difference in sprinting. My goodness, just it works. But what I'm saying is savingdinner.com/sprint if you want to get in on that. It's free. But what I'm saying is that when your leptin, when your fat starts to get gone, as I say, so does your leptin breaks, because leptin, that little hormone, lives in your fat. So it breaks. So what do? Well, that's when we've noticed, and how many people, pinkies up if you've noticed this, you're trying to do the best that you can. You're watching everything that you're eating. You're being very diligent with everything. Then all of a sudden you just feel like I could go and pretty much chew your arm off, starving all the time. That's because your leptin's broken. To fix it, Leptifix. I take Leptifix every single morning on an empty stomach, along with my SAMe. I am diligent about this. It's made all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world, because we want to when we can understand how our hunger hormones work and we can be in control of them, it's a whole different ballgame. I'll tell you what, it is everything. Everything. savingdinner.com/show. Buy 2, get 1 free. And remember, you got 120 capsules here. So this is a big boy Leptifix, and it's really going to make a big, big difference for you, I promise. The other thing that you need to know about is that Inner Circle is filling up. Now, Inner Circle starts on Tuesday, February 8th. We will be holding our meetings on Tuesdays and at 7 p.m. Eastern, and it is in 1 hour intense time. It's a mastermind where women who are like-minded, coming together, making a decision for their lives to up level it and get off the carousel of crazy. Yes, we book study the book, of course, but we also go to the next level, and we take it to the place of hot seats, conversation, a private conversation. We have Slack. We use Slack, if anybody knows what that is. We use Slack so that we can have the private conversations that we want to have. You can message me. I get a lot of messages in Slack, and I immediately answer them. This is the best way to get a hold of me. I also strongly advise you just take a look at it. It's 12 weeks, and it is absolutely amazing. We just had our pinning ceremony for our graduates last night, and I don't know about you, but that just lit me up. It was just absolutely incredible. The neat thing is almost half of our graduates are coming back for round 2. So it's going to be a neat thing. It's going to be an incredible thing. The community is just intense, like nothing I've ever seen. savingdinner.com/circle to go get the details. It's open now. You can get on it. Also, what else did I need to tell you about? Oh, what's happening tomorrow? Tomorrow is our big beginning of the year, Creating a Vibrant 2022. And I will tell you, I love putting together these workshops. I love it when I have time to really unload something and deconstruct it and help people. It's my favorite thing to do. I just love our workshops. And it's an all-day thing. We start tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. We end at 5 p.m. We have breaks in between, of course. We have hot seats. We have everything. And tomorrow we're going to be creating the framework and mindset and everything that we need so that we can create goals that actually have meaning, that actually move the needle in our lives. We're going to do that. Secondarily, in the afternoon, we're going to start creating the vibrant vision that we want to see in our lives for 2022. We're going to do that with vision boards. We have a few other exercises, really cool things that I can't wait to take care of. All of you who are already enrolled, thank you. And don't forget to check your email, because in your email, you have your homework, and well, it's not really homework. It's more like some materials lists and things to be thinking about and brainstorming about and all of that. I want you to really go take a look at that, and the printouts too, Flynn, right? There's so many fun printouts, a lot of stuff, and some of it won't make sense because it's part of our program for tomorrow. So check that out. But if you're interested and you get a little bug about this, like, ooh, maybe that would be a fun thing to do, good way to start 2022, it is savingdinner.com/vibrant2022. And don't forget, they are recorded. They're recorded, so you get to go back on them. And I'm going to tell you how to take notes tomorrow. I'm also going to tell you how to use timestamps so you can go back to things that maybe you want to repeat. But tomorrow I think is going to be my best one yet. I am absolutely bursting at the seams. All new stuff. You haven't heard this stuff before. And yay, it's going to be fun. Thank you so much, Lynn. She said your workshops are always worthwhile and learn so much and are fun as well. They are fun. And we have a great group of gals. You get to chat and do the whole thing. So savingdinner.com/vibrant2022. Got to say it again. All right. So that's what we have coming up. And of course, we have all the social media challenge or channels that you can find us on, and our text messaging, which, by the way, there it is. Text the word join to 855-960-3720 to be added to our text message list. You want this because next Monday, there's going to be something amazing. I'm going to say it. It's amazing because it's our 21st birthday this month. It is. It's our 21st birthday. And because it's our 21st birthday, I want to make sure that you get your birthday invitation. You'll see what I mean. Anyway, but it's only for text message, guys. Just telling you. 855-960-3720. All right. How about we get down to, do we have everything? Did I say everything that's going on? I hope so. If I didn't, we'll come back to it. Anyway, let's get going because I've got a bunch of questions and I want to make sure you get the proper answers. Deal? All right. All right. Number one is from Julie Gillespie. Julie's here. I saw her, so that's great. She says, what's the best diet for inflammation in the joints and pain? Oh, I have you. I'm overweight and have been having bad flare-ups for about a year. I currently cut out a lot of sugars in my diet in hope of losing weight. Should I go vegetarian or something else? Julie, it's our free thing. It's the Hot Melt Sprint. The Hot Melt Sprint is your friend. It's the best friend that you can have for inflammation and pain. And let me just say this. There's a couple of things. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, tell me if I'm wrong. Didn't you ask me about arthritis pain and all of that? And arthritis is basically your body going, inflammation. I'm out of control. Too much going on here. In order to correct that, first of all, we have InflaCrusher on the ready to go. And it basically acts like Tylenol. It's just as effective, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor. Or a chemist. I can't say this. I've done a comparison in the lab and it is just super effective. It is the turmeric, and especially the one that we use. It's the curcumin, pharmaceutical grade. So it's digestible. Bioavailability is everything. You don't want to just be peeing and pooping this out. It's going to get in there and really help with the pain. And sometimes it's not, you don't just take one, you don't just take two, you take one an hour, or you take one as you go. You need to, but you just need to stay on top of it. You don't allow it to take off and say, well, I can't take another one. The worst thing that will happen if you take too much, you might get a little bit of a tummy ache. But I haven't even heard of anybody getting that. So Just keep that in mind. Okay. That's number one. Number two is cutting out a lot of sugars is not enough. Cutting out all sugars is where it's at, because sugar is inflammatory. It's the number one thing that just wipes out that wipes you out and puts you in absolute crushing pain. You see that what Marguerite said? She said, I can't live without my InflaCrusher. There it is. Julie, here it is. savingdinner.com/InflaCrusher. And as a matter of fact, we sell so much of this. InflaCrusher and Beauty Support, I think, are our two biggest supplements. But I'm going to tell you, we have people subscribing to this. And you can that option is there. You get a discount off, and it just will automatically come to you every month. So you'll never run out. And I would personally, if it were me, I would buy as much as I possibly can, because you get if you buy 6, you get a 25% discount. I mean, it's pretty decent, right? Do that. Start there, so you have one in your purse, you have one on the countertop, and then do a subscription. So you always have that extra in case you need it, in case you're taking a lot of it, and you've gotten it at the best price you can get it at. And then 2, so that you're never without. Because the thing is, you want to get on top of pain and stay on top of it. If you just let it go and let it go and let it go, nothing can get on top of it. You have to monitor. You have to regulate it. You have to, you have to manage it. And managing pain means being aware of it the whole time. So there's that, the pain management portion of it. But the root cause of the whole thing, is absolutely eliminating all sugar, eliminating all gluten, and eliminating all dairy for at least 30 days. The dairy for at least 30 days. The gluten, right? And the, and unfortunately the sugar, that's just an invitation to trouble. I don't know anybody who thrives when they're eating anti-nutrients. You know what an anti-nutrient is? It's something that digs in and causes pain and problems. It's disruptive. It disturbs and ruins your gut. It disturbs and ruins your joints. And it just keeps working its destruction. It's not one and done. It's constant. It's cumulative. It keeps going and going and going and taking you out. So what we have to do is we have to turn around and give our bodies what it needs in order to heal. And I am a strong, firm believer. You've heard me say this 1,000,001 times. If you give your body what it needs, it will do what it needs to do in order to heal, because it's constantly searching for the materials to do the healing work. But if you're not giving it the materials that it needs for the healing work and only giving it destructive stuff, your body's going to continue to destroy itself. And that's what happens. Rheumatoid arthritis is an autoimmune disease, by the way. I don't know if that's what you have. It's an autoimmune disease. Your body's turning on itself. And when one has an autoimmune disease, and I know this from personal experience, I have one too, Hashimoto's. When you have an autoimmune disease, you need to back off of all gluten. You need to back off of dairy, and very seldom add a little bit of, some aged dairy, like 90 days at least, so that lactose is broken down. But usually it's casein that's the problem. Butter's okay, ghee's fine, but we got to look at those, we got to look with liquid, don't put cream in your coffee, start going black and all of that. But it's the sprint is the setup. And I will tell you right now, Julie, savingdinner.com/sprint. Go watch the webinar. The webinar is going to explain the science on all of it, because half the time, the deal that's going on here, the things that are happening, is that your body's just overloaded with stuff that it can't deal with, that it can't control, that it can't handle. It's an overload. That's what it is. All right. So, and vegetarianism, unfortunately, too, that can add to a lot of inflammation, because what happens is then we're eating an overload of grains. We're eating an overload of, a lot of stuff. So anyway, we just need to be really looking at our nutrient levels and getting those jacked up. this whole week, we have been juicing. And I will tell you, the juice that I make is not pleasant. It's got lots of green stuff in it. It's got a lemon. There's nothing sweet in it at all. There's, a couple of carrots maybe, but I juice once the first week in January every year, just to kind of recover from the holidays, and just to get those nutrient stores back up. Is the cup half empty or half full? I think most of us are walking around with our nutrient stores about down to here. And I implore you to, get your vitamin D levels checked, do all these. We have to look at ourselves as holistically, not just as a pair of joints, or, just as skin or whatever, holistically, synergistically, the whole shoot and match. Because I'll tell you, you know what? A lot of us, our livers need a little help, a little repair. A lot of us, we just need to clean out and tap up those nutrient levels, clean up, and then fill it up with the good stuff. And that's what the Sprint does. Every single thing about the Sprint will help. The collagen is a big deal. I would go nuts on the beauty support if I were you too, Julie. I do a morning and an evening beauty support. You have fatty liver. There you go. See, all of it is adding up. There's a chance that if you're suffering with joint pain, that you've got a liver that's fatty. Most people do. And, here's the thing. I can help bring you into the place of not having to deal with that. And actually, your liver is amazing and it will correct itself. It loves to heal. Got to have the nutrients that it needs, though. Otherwise, it won't. But I found with my coaching and that the joint pain is related to what's going on with the liver, and as a matter of fact, on January 17th, we have the Vibrant Body Detox. And I think, Julie, aren't you coming to the workshop tomorrow? If you're coming to the workshop tomorrow, you are automatically enrolled in the Vibrant Body Detox. That would be really good for you. It's going to, clean up on aisle 5. So it'll make a big, big difference. So that's what I have for you. Hydrate, sleep, move, all of these things. It's a lifestyle thing. It's not a diet. And the diet is just simply the diet, and not a diet. You know what I'm saying with we're getting off the carousel of crazy. We're going instead on, and we're choosing habits that support the vibrant lives that we want to live. You can't feel vibrant when you're in pain. You just can't. Vibrancy happens because we do vibrant things. Yeah? Vibrancy happens. We do vibrant things. That's in our food, exercise, hydration levels, meditative practices, all of it. So I just want you to think long and hard on all of this stuff. I want you to watch the Sprint webinar. You can find it at savingdinner.com/sprint. I think it's really going to encourage you and let you see that in just 7 days, you'll start to feel better. You'll begin to feel better. Will you get all the way better? No. But it took you a whole lot of time to get to the place of all that pain too, right? You didn't feel like that overnight. So let's allow for the healing and enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. I hope that helped. All right. Alrighty. So where are we? Let's see. Okay, this is, and the other thing I want to mention, everybody, is hidden sugars. Make your own salad dressing. Don't buy salad dressings in a bottle, please. Oh, they're just absolute crap. And the ones that are decent are just ridiculously expensive. Make your own salad dressing. Anything that you're buying in a box or a jar or a bottle or a can, read the ingredients. There's hidden sugar in everything. In the spaghetti sauce, you can get 7 grams of sugar in spaghetti sauce. That's crazy. Make your own. It doesn't have to have sugar in it. This is from Rena. She said, when you answered questions, it was so helpful and valuable, but you didn't address the grasses in the Just Juice veggies. I like to address my concerns before starting something. Sure. So in Just Juice veggies, which is one of my favorite supplements, I take this every single day. There it is. It has barley grass and wheatgrass in it. I also shared on the Bonanza that I stopped taking wheatgrass because I found it to be over the top and it made me feel terrible. Well, here's the thing about fresh grasses And, first of all, I would go to like Jamba Juice or something and at the airport to get it. That's when I would do the wheatgrass, in all earnestness. I really wanted like, oh, here's an opportunity. But here's the thing that I know, that alfalfa sprouts, any kind of sprouts that you buy that you don't make necessarily yourself, or if you do make yourself, you got to be careful with, is that there can be a big time problem with them. And it comes in the form of mold. Mold. It's also, grasses are extraordinarily difficult to digest in their normal form. I used to also put wheatgrass. I'd buy wheatgrass in the store, rinse it really carefully, clean it up, and I would put it in my smoothie. But I found it gave me a stomach ache. That is normal because it's extraordinarily hard to digest. The form that we have in our Just Juice veggies, and believe me, the other thing that you need to look at is that there's just this much in it, very little. It's just adds into it because remember, it's great for the liver. The nutrient levels are skyrocketing. It helps to reduce overall cholesterol. It also is really good for your liver and your liver membranes, the cell membrane. Remember what I said, your liver is extraordinarily robust organ. I mean, you could lose half your liver and it will regenerate. But an overload of having a fatty liver year after year after year after year after year is too much and too hard. And after a while, you can get non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and it can actually become cirrhosis, which means everything's hardening up, and that's fatal. So we have to baby our livers. This is why we're doing our Vibrant Body Detox starting on the 17th. So mold is a huge deal in these fresh products. And the way that ours is made is it's made in a freeze-dried way, and in a cool freeze-dried way, and it breaks down the cellulose in the grass itself, and it's just enough, not too much. So that's why I do that. The other thing that you were asking about, why does the Vibrant Body have detox in it? Detox. Why does the Vibrant Body Detox? Okay, she called it Vibrant Detox. It's Vibrant Body Detox. Why does it have alfalfa in it when I didn't allow it to happen in Just Juice veggies? Well, the big picture is this. In a lot of greens formulas out there, the very first ingredient that you are going to see is alfalfa. And the reason why is it is a bulker. And it's a cheap way in order to put something, get a greens product going. And then you can add the more expensive broccoli, the more expensive this, and the more expensive that. So that's why that is. And for the amount, when you have that much alfalfa in there, that could not necessarily will, could cause a autoimmune response. And that autoimmune response would be a cascade of different symptoms, especially with lupus. So I'm not in it. How much is it? Oh, okay. That's the big deal on that. All right. So just a little bit of alfalfa in our Vibrant Body Detox, it's there because it helps to regenerate the liver. It helps to create new liver cells with stronger membranes. That's one of the reasons that it's in there. And it also helps to reduce blood sugar normally and all that. It's within the formulation of all the other things. And if you look on the label, it's one of the last ingredients. There is not a lot in there. I talked to my formulator about it. He said it's a touch. It's a little bit. So for most of us, I would say for anybody who is experiencing lupus and big lupus symptoms, don't take it. But for anybody else, even those of us with autoimmune diseases, like I have Hashimoto's, like I've said, I take 2 Vibrant Body Detoxes every night before bed. It's part of my nighttime routine and all the supplements that I take before I go to bed. I give my body something to work with because I know when I'm sleeping, this is when the repair work is done. Here you go. Here's something to help you with the repair, right? So there's that. The amino acid that's in there is called L-canavanine. L-canavanine can overstimulate the immune system. So if your immune system's out of whack and you are just real sensitive and whatever, and like I said, if you have lupus, then it's just not a thing for you. You also asked about broccoli. Why does Just Juice Veggies have broccoli in it? Aren't cruciferous vegetables not to be good for the thyroid? I did answer that last time, and it was in last week's thing. I know I answered it. I remember. And what I said was then, and I'll say it again, that is a big fat myth. It's a myth. Cruciferous vegetables are one of the most incredible vegetables for you. You know where it can go over the top? Is if you sat down and ate 10 pounds of raw broccoli today, and then tomorrow, and then the next day, and then the next day after that, you may have a problem, right? You may have a problem. And that might push you over the top. But I will tell you this, and 100%, I stand by this. Cruciferous vegetables, especially sulforaphane, which is the anti-cancer, the best anti-cancer compound that you can have on the planet, is abundant in cruciferous vegetables. I make broccoli sprouts all the time. Take them. I take a cruciferol, I think is the name of the supplement that I take. I take it daily. I make Mark take it. But you know, we've both got cancer on both sides of our family. We both have whatever. You got to be proactive on this stuff. We don't just sit around and wait and hope for the best. Proactive. I don't want it. So what is it's an anti-cancer diet. The Sprint is an anti-cancer diet because it's anti-inflammatory, right? Those of us who are filled with inflammation are those of us who are going to get sick. We're just teeing it up and getting in line and waiting, right? I remember this so vividly when I was feeling so out of control with my health. My face was as round as the moon. My thyroid was bulging out. 3 big, huge nodules, plantar fasciitis. Everything ached on me. My sleep was shot, hot flashes, all of it. And just, I felt like crap, complete capital C. And I just kept thinking, is this it? I was in my early 50s. I don't want this. I don't want this. And I worked hard on figuring out a solution because I want to wake up every day feeling great. I want to go to bed every night and have a good night's sleep. I want to give my body what it needs to repair. So I made it my business to find out what I needed to do. And every single day I wake up feeling good. When I started to have all those back problems, tried to figure out what the heck was going on. I changed my chair. I did all these things. Then I found some strength training exercises that helped. Guess what? No more back problems. I used to be running off to the acupuncturist to put needles in my back. It was a movement issue, a lack of movement issue. It was a sitting problem. So that's why I'm saying about all these things, we have to go to the place of getting the nutrients in that we can get in, and cruciferous vegetables, top of my list. Every day, eat them. Every single day. Every single day, I do Just Juice Veggies. Every single day, there's broccoli or cabbage or cauliflower on my plate or in my soup or both. This is our duty if we are to serve ourselves in a way that makes us vibrant, that helps us so that we can serve better in our communities, to God, to our family. You can't, if you're in pain, you can't. And if you're avoiding things because you think it's terrible, this is unfortunate. I hate to say this because it sounds so, I don't want to ever sound conspiracy theory, but honestly, there's big pharma out there wants your buck. I'm serious. And I'm going to tell you, the pharmacy that you need is the pharmacy, FARM. Get on it. Go order your Misfits box. Order Too Much Produce and eat it, because I'm going to guarantee that your nutrient tank is down in the lows, way down there. And if you've got all this other kind of stuff going on, and you've got other issues and all of that, this autoimmune disease thing that I was dealing with, Hashimoto's, all these, it was a call from my body to fix things, to get the nutrient levels up, to eat more cruciferous vegetables. To hell with what these guys were saying about, oh, well, if you have Hashimoto's, you shouldn't. Well, just don't juice raw, cabbage and all of that. Eat it. Eat it. It's so good for you. It's so amazing for you. And for my ladies who have gut issues, and I will tell you, I've coached thousands of women, you know that. You know what I tell them? Skip the salads and eat soups. And I tell them, eat the mighty mitochondria soup. Eat big vegetable soups. Eat tons of it. You've got all that collagen in there. You've got all of that in there. And I will tell you, for my gals with Hashimoto's who have any kind of issues, go easy on the raw cruciferous vegetables and knock yourself out on the cooked stuff. Knock yourself out. Your body needs it just as anybody else's body needs it. And I'm telling you, this is how we get that sulforaphane up. We can fight and fight a good fight. When you consider that, and I'm sorry I'm on my soapbox here, but this is really important. 1 out of 3 people get cancer. 1 out of 3. 1 out of 2, even. 1 out of 4 can get. I'm sorry, no, it's 1 out of 8 now is getting breast cancer. 15 years ago, it was 1 out of 9. What's going on? What's going on? Let's go to the pharmacy with an F. Amen? Pinkies up. That's what we need. So don't say no to cruciferous vegetables. Go crazy on them, okay? Unless you get a tummy ache. But anyway, soup's on. I always have a pot of soup. Always. Okay. She said eating dates for the heart. Will any do or a medjool the best? Trader Joe's has a good price and organic. I'm just not crazy about, here's the thing. Scales, balance. When you consider one date has the equivalent of 1 teaspoon of sugar, there's other heart healthy things that you can do. To me, I don't even consider a date to be something that in my peripheral. It's got some good stuff in it. It's got iron. There's some fiber. There's this. There's that. But I'm going to tell you, there are so many better things that you can be eating salmon every week, right? At least twice a week. You could be eating sardines for lunch. You could be taking our Bio-Omega-3X. I take 6 a day. 6. I'm way over the top. Yes, I know, but I know how to do this for myself. And the reason that I'm doing it, the reason that I found that it really helps to regulate my body's hormones. I'm talking sex hormones, thyroid, the whole shoot and match. It feels good and it's really good. It's good for your brain, really good for your brain. It's dry and it's in its dry form, so I know it's clean. So there's all of that. That's my consideration. If you want to eat dates, and whatever you want, any kind of dates will probably do. But I just stay away from any, especially if you have blood sugar issues, I would say steer clear. There's way better other things out there that aren't going to cause your blood sugar levels to skyrocket. I have a monitor. As a matter of fact, it's over there. I have a monitor that I'm going to be putting on my arm right here. I will be doing that Sunday. I will be doing it Sunday on my day off. So I will start sharing with you the discoveries that I have made about blood sugar levels. Now, your levels could be different than mine, but I have done the prick your finger thing till I'm blue in the face, until my fingers hurt, even though I did it on the side and what have you. I've tested, I've done it. What I know is, because I have some girlfriends of mine who are in the health space as well, and they've done the continuous blood sugar monitor, is there's information there. There's data there about your own body, and it'll tell you all kinds of stuff. And I'm excited to get that kind of information. And, who knows, maybe your blood sugar levels it doesn't matter, with dates. But for most people, it's going to go up. And as we get older, our blood sugar levels go up naturally anyway, but we can bring them down. And this is absolutely critical. We can bring them down. Remember, type 3 diabetes is Alzheimer's. It's all connected. So anybody with blood sugar issues, your primary goal, your health goal, I'm going to give you your health goal right now. I don't care if you're there tomorrow or not. I'm going to give you your health goal. Bring your blood sugar levels down to normal and work on them. And make that your job. Make that your job, because your health is at stake. And I say this out of love. I say this out of caring. And I've watched my ladies, my coaching clients who've done this. And I've been so proud of them. And it's doable. It's doable. Fast is one of the things to do with that. I could do a whole thing right now, but I'm not going to do that. This is from Karen, and Karen's here. Yay. Krill oil is good. It's a smaller fish. That my only consideration would be is the extraction process. Do they use heat? A few other things that just, oil can go rancid. And that's why I like ours, because it's a dry oil, and it's a process that keeps the integrity of the oil there is why. Oh, look at you, Margaret has a continuous, mine's not a Dexcom. I can't remember. It's just something for the general public. And I made a big expensive commitment to this because I'm interested in the data. So anyway, I'll promise you, I'm going to give you all the information about it. Okay, so this is from Karen. She says, what's the difference between the following groups and workshops? I'm sorry. We have so many things going on, especially starting the new year. Vibrant 2022. That's tomorrow's workshop. That's at savingdata.com/Vibrant 2022, just like you're writing out the number for the year. Check that out. Now, what that is about is we're not doing goal setting per se there. What we're doing is we're creating the mindset, we're creating the framework, and we're creating these ideas of what's next and how to go about creating those goals. Because at the end of the day, you don't have, I'm sure you can't just sit there in an all-day workshop and say, okay, so there are my goals for the whole year. That's not going to happen. But with a new mindset and with this fresh idea and all this vibrant vision board that you're going to be creating and everything else, those ideas are going to start coming, like they're just going to be like a cascade of water, like a waterfall, like a fire hose, actually. And that's going to be really exciting. So that's what that's all about. It is an all-day thing. And you've heard me talk about it. It's a setup. It's a setup for you to set up and tee up your 2022 in the way that you want to. And believe me, when I say this, and I mean this with everything, that, having your setup done is just as important as making, having the foundation done for your house is just as important as putting up the walls. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing foundationally. It's all foundationally tomorrow. Sherry's asking me, do you completely leave natural sugars like fresh fruits out? I'm pre-diabetic. What I would do, Sherry, if I were you, is I would have a time of no fruit for a while. Believe me, you can get your nutrients in other places with other vegetables. Keep it very low carb, very, very low carb. Being the fiber, green vegetables basically are your friend because they're very low carb, lots of fiber in them, and lots of nutrients, of course. Maybe a few berries. And when I say a few berries, at the most, it would be about a third of a cup a day. And berries being blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. Those are the lowest ones. Strawberries have some too. But after seeing those worms, did anybody ever see the worms come out of the organic raspberries? I don't think I want to ever eat strawberries again. No, strawberries. So it was on a video that they did, and you can Google this and find out, but they took salt water and they took organic strawberries and just put them in the thing and let them sit. I guess 20 minutes later, all these little worms started to come out of it. They were maggots, right where the seeds were, hiding behind those seeds. No thanks. I don't eat maggots. They're itsy bitsy, but really, do you want a mouthful of maggots? Blah. I'll stay with my raspberry. No, isn't it the grossest? It is foul. I just thought it was so disgusting. She's asking me about Rising Tide, which, by the way, spoiler alert, if you're there tomorrow, you will find out about it. If you are not there tomorrow, you will find it tomorrow in next week's email. We'll be talking about it, and you'll hear me talking about it. But Rising Tide is basically if you have a Take Back Your Life journal, we are going to have a free um, a teaching on the following Saturday for 2 hours, 10 to 12, obviously Eastern, showing you exactly how to create your goals using our process. And our process is, I love it because it's my idea, but I believe it works with our brains the very best way, because it's all about intention. It's all about writing things out. It's about being in it every day, and it's about it attaching to it emotionally. And we only do 3 goals, believe it or not, but there's work to get to those 3 goals. Next week's little 2-hour thing is going to teach you exactly how to do this live, and you get the recording afterwards and all of that. And if you own the journal, Take Back Your Life journal, you will get an invitation to this, whether or not you come to tomorrow's workshop or not. But anybody who owns the journal, you'll get to come to this workshop. So it's pretty nice. If you don't have one, go get one. savingdinner.com/journal. That's where it is. See, there it is. If you've already purchased it, you'll automatically be registered, and we will send you an email, not just that would be crazy. Like, oh, here's your thing. We will let you know what this is about. Okay. So there's that. So we'll have an email, and you'll also get your automatic registration saying, hey, you're invited to this. And it's a refresher for those who've already been there. And it's basically setting those goals so that you know what to do next and know how to use that journal. That's what that's about. So that's all, that's the thing that's coming on now. The Vibrant 20, the Rising Tide is a 3-week intensive. I'm calling it an intensive because it's 2 hours starting January 18th, I believe, Tuesday nights from 7 to 9, where we are going to get into the weeds with everybody's goals. Because do you know how many people I've talked to who said, I just don't know how to put this goal together, or I just know I just want to lose weight, or I just know that but I don't know how to put this all together. Well, I do. And the reason that I do is because I've done this for myself. I also, oh my God, Jenny, can you ban that person? Ew, that was gross. That scared me. Also, it's going to be hot seats. It's going to be everything. Oh, another one, Jenny. Wow. Look, there's another one. Can we get rid of the other one? It's right under Jane. Can you see that? How do we get rid of that? Boy, why do people have to be so hateful? What is wrong with people? Gosh. I'm looking at the chat, and some Nazi dude is putting Nazi swastikas in our chat. And I just, absolutely not. No, thank you. Okay, another Nazi thing, Vanessa. That's what it was. And it really made my heart. I almost started crying. It's that hate, that kind of hateful stuff. I just can't. So the Rising Tide is going to be for 3 consecutive Tuesdays. I will be in it. I will be all over it. I will be all over you. You have a one-on-one with me so that we can get in, look at your goals, and I can help you fine-tune them. It's going to be, the reason I'm calling it intense is because it's going to be intensive. It's just about goals, and it's all only using the Take Back Your Life journal, because that's what I know, that's what I've written, and that's what I've seen work. So that's how that whole thing works. And it's going to be amazing. You will find out about it on Saturday. If not, you'll find out about it next week. And Inner Circle, it's going through the book. It's going through Getting Off the Carousel of Crazy and the workbook, and getting together and collaborating as women who want to go the next level up. It's hitting few things at the same time, but you know what? That's how we operate. We need that. We need that so that we can step up, so that we can go the next level. You can't do it without goals. You just can't. And the other thing is, you can't, you need your women. You can't do this. You're not a one-woman show. Amen. Pinkies up. We need each other, ladies, don't we? We need each other. Is there a separate detox group? No, we're going to keep it right there in our lovely Hot Milk Sprint group on Facebook. You know why? Because that's where we all are anyway. Let's keep it simple. That's what that's about. Which supplements do you think are most essential? So funny that you said that. Well, fish oil, I was just talking about that. The Bio-Omega-3X, I think absolutely essential. L-glutamine, absolutely essential. You know why? Every single one of you, I'm going to bet maybe 1 out of 100, maybe not, but the rest of us, leaky guts. Got to fix that leaky gut. I think probiotics, our proactive probiotic is fabulous. I don't think there's a better one on the planet. You'll see it's in nitrogen flushed packages and you pop one out at a time. I take it every single night, because I know as a woman who has even though it's not actively showing up on me, I don't have the nodules anymore. I don't have any of the stuff going on. I'm still going to pretend and go along as if I still have a leaky gut. L-glutamine every single day. Our core 4 every single day. B vitamins are your best buffer against the stresses of life. We need that. We need those vitamins. They're core to our well-being, and they're also core for every kind of body function you can think of. We need the full suite of B. That's why we do the B complex. Okay. And it's methylated as well. And you might get a niacin flush from it, meaning that you'll get the prickles. I actually get hives for like 10 minutes because I'm so sensitive to niacin. It's just me. It's not harmful. It just dilates the capillaries and just makes you go bzzz for a minute. And then it's done. A little uncomfortable. I don't like it either, but I'm willing to go there for it. Okay. CoQ10 is on there. CoQ10 for heart health. Unless you're on blood thinners, I think every woman on the planet, we all have a deficit of CoQ10 as we get older. The other thing is CalMag in proper proportion, 1:1. Calcium is very difficult to digest, big, huge molecule without the buffering power of magnesium. So if we do it 1:1, and there's a whole suite of minerals and things out there. It's one of the reasons why I'm a big fan of drinking Pellegrino and any other mineral water that I can find. If I find a funky mineral water, I'll be buying it. And I drink mineral water every single day. There's a bunch of minerals in there that probably we haven't even named yet, but we need these minerals. And a lot of them we're not getting from our soil anymore because we've overfarmed them, So, a long time ago when I was first becoming a nutritionist, I remember very distinctly that one of the things that just made me go, whoa. And it was Louise Gittleman. She told me, she was my advisor. And she said, we probably know 30% about what we need to know about nutrition. There's a whole bunch out there that we don't know about yet. And don't you know, in 1991 is when they discovered the endocannabinoid system inside the body, right? They didn't even know the whole system that's inside the body. System, not like a little thing over here underneath your armpit or something. System. Just discovered that. And then this is why hemp is such a big deal right now. And even marijuana. They're talking about, the whole thing. And they're finally getting to the places of understanding what this stuff is all about, what it does for your body, and how it actually feeds this particular system. It's like feeding your nervous system. You got to feed the endocannabinoid system. So when I say all these things, these are things that we know about, but just think about the things that we don't know about. That's why it's so important to have a broad spectrum diet and to make sure that your nutrient tanks are getting filled up every single day, and not just with all the good vegetables and everything and the organic and the juicing and the this and the that and all of that, but also with your supplements. Supplements are really critical and really important because there's a lot of times where it's hit and miss and we lose. So I think that's everything. Did I say everything in the core 4? The B, the CalMag, CoQ10. What am I missing? Oh, vitamin D, duh. Now vitamin D acts like I could give you a whole class right now, a master class on vitamin D, but I'm not because we've been on an hour. Vitamin D acts, though, like a hormone, and it is also one of the most effective things out there as far as a supplement that you're taking to activate your immune system and to help support your immune system. It's huge, it's big, it's whatever. This is one of the reasons why you hear me continually preaching, go get your vitamin D levels tested. You need to know this information because that's basically going to give you your baseline health of where your immune system is. And if it's in the toilet, you're a sitting duck, not just for COVID and the flu and strep throat and anything else that's going on, but you're a sitting duck for other things and chronic disease and, the dreaded C. We need to be absolutely diligent, proactive, and on top of our nutrition, our levels of anything that can be measured, and just taking good care of ourselves. Okay. Last question. Is it necessary to add protein powder every day if my diet incorporates sufficient protein? If I'm going to add things back in slowly, see if they're okay for me, do you have recommendations on what to start with? All right. So I'm going to just give you, to me, this is a philosophy question. My philosophy is this, and in my own personal food rules that have worked really well for me as I built my health back up from pretty much being on the couch all the time. And that is, I want to make sure that I'm getting in the adequate nutrition that I need and the adequate amount of protein. As we get older, we need a little bit more protein. Except for the sprint, which is a little bit different, I would advise every single woman on the planet 4 to 6 ounces of protein per day, unless you're a larger woman, or you're athletic, or you're burning a ton of energy, which is what calories are, because of your workouts. That's completely sufficient and adequate. 4 to 6 ounces per meal. Okay, per meal. So that's necessary. But protein, what protein does, especially our collagen, which is the perfect paleo protein, we have a collagen deficit. Now, it's not a matter of protein, it's a matter of the structural and beauty protein that we all need. 97% of us do not have enough of it because we don't eat nose to tail anymore. We're not eating off the bone. It's boneless, skinless chicken breast, that kind of a thing. We need this stuff. That's where it all is. That's where the collagen lives. It lives in the chicken skin. It lives in the bone. It lives inside the bone, in the marrow, all of these things. And, our grandparents ate all that stuff. We don't, we're just like squeamish. Ooh, no, we're not going to do that. We don't even eat whole chickens anymore. We eat portions from that. And so we're not getting the collagen. It's not in the muscle. It's in the other tissues and skeletal areas and cartilage and tendons and everything else in the body, in our bodies and in the animals that we eat as well. So I add the collagen in for collagen's sake, not for protein's sake, for the collagen's sake. I get adequate protein too, but I add the collagen in for the collagen's sake. I also make my soup in bone broth for the collagen's sake, not in chicken broth, because I want the collagen. Do you see where I'm going with that? I take beauty support because I like what beauty support does, is supports and helps me to make my own collagen. If most people are 97% have a deficit in this stuff, what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, it means we feel bad. It means that our joints aren't being taken care of. It means the integrity of our cells aren't there. It means we probably have leaky gut, and on and on and on. So for the protein powder is mainly for collagen's sake. So I would say use ours, use a scoop, and do it daily. The other thing is it's a vehicle for intense nutrition. So I'll give you an example. The Target Trifecta smoothie. Crazy. You could, a scoop of Just Juice veggies is 7 to 9 servings of fruit and vegetables a day. Is that crazy or what? 7 to 9. And then you add in a handful of spinach. Hello. That's crazy. Maybe a little bit of frozen blueberries or some raspberries in there. We keep going and we keep building. This is also the place that you're going to be adding your L-glutamine and your fiber mender. So you've got your fiber, and then you add a little avocado, fiber, fat, protein. It's a meal. And this is how you take all of your supplements. And at that point, boy, oh boy, you have checked all the boxes. And that's what I'm talking about, That's what I'm talking about. And I will tell you, for me, from what I have seen, and just the way that as I've done this, the more I do this, the more convinced that I am that this is the way to go, that this is the thing to make sure. Every single day, check those 3 boxes. Beauty support, check. Bone broth, check. And then perfect paleo protein, check. It's made all the difference in the world. In my skin, it's my hair, everything. It's grown, everything. And I feel better, and if we feel good, we're going to look good too. Don't look at my hair. It's still wet, but you know what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm saying. My recommendation for you to start would be coconut or almond milk, if any of those kind of things. Otherwise, there is a ton of different milks out there you can try. I just ordered pistachio milk. Why not? Let's give that a try. But there's pistachio milk. There is cashew milk. There's all kinds of stuff out there. But a nut milk, a non-dairy milk, I would try that. And just a scoop or a half scoop even of the perfect paleo protein, whatever flavor you like, and maybe an ice cube. Just try that. Just start there. Then start adding things in and see how you do with it. But, we have to just little steps into it, just a little bit here and a little bit there, and we'll slowly but surely get to the place we need to go. I'm sorry, you guys, we went really late. This is probably one of the latest that we've ever gone, and had stuff to do, and I know you do too. I hope you found that really helpful. You want to supplement and hormone workshop? We can do that. That's a good idea, Nancy, actually. We can do that, and we can do a whole lot of other things. But I'll tell you right now, your mission, should you choose to accept that, is to get your nutrient levels and your nutrient tanks filled. I want you to think about every single thing that's in your cup that's on the end of your fork. I don't want you to fork yourself over. I want you to fork yourself healthy. Okay? Peace be with you. I'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, I won't see you tomorrow. You won't, unless you're going to be at the workshop tomorrow. I won't see you. I won't see you until Monday. But if you're going to the workshop tomorrow, well, you know what to do. savingdinner.com/vibrant2022, because I want to see you tomorrow. Peace be with you.
Thanks for watching. Check back for new episodes. If you missed the live show, you can always watch the replay. You can find Saving Dinner on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, pinkies up.